Happy Friday! Hey, hey. I don't know why I always want to sing it. I'm sorry, I can't help myself. I just wanted to show off my new shirt. Oh, yes, this is a King's Conquest shirt. And if you notice on the back, it says KC for King's Conquest. They're standing right here, King's Conquest is.
Except
you can
for
find
Ezra.
them. And Ezra's not here. But Ezra, he's in King's Conquest too. He's Animal, the drummer. And yeah, so basically this is some of their merch, and you can find it at Teespring in their store, and I'll link to King's Conquest so you can find and get your own very cool. The Return of the Christ, coming soon. It's a movie trailer.
Revelation 22:12.
Yeah, Jesus is coming back. So I thought that was really cool out of Brain and Noah. So you guys need Christmas presents. It's never too late to start early because Christmas in July is coming soon. So anyway, Joanna, tell us about the song we're going to sing.
Happy 2 days after St. Patrick's Day.
Yay.
So we're singing the hymn of St. Patrick. And years ago, my dad came to me with a book that he had, St. Patrick's prayer that he had written down. And my dad said, Joe, I think the Lord would have you put a melody to these words. And I'm like, okay, I'll think about it. And I hardly had to think about it. I just prayed a little bit, and there it was. There was the melody for St. Patrick's prayer. And it's a covering prayer. Starts with binding to yourself today the strong name of the Trinity, the three-in-one God, and looking to Jesus, his incarnation, his death on the cross, his resurrection, and his returning, and calling on him for his protection throughout the day. And St. Patrick lived in a dangerous time, but don't we all? But in his day, witchcraft was out in the open, and he went head on with Druid priests, and all the time people trying to attack him, people seeking to take his life. And he didn't back down. He faced imprisonment, he faced persecution, but he remained true to the Lord and shared the gospel with tons and tons of people in Ireland and turned Ireland around for Jesus. And that was all after he had started out as a slave in Ireland, escaped, and only to be called back to preach the gospel.
He was actually Scottish.
Dad says he was Scottish. He may have been Scottish. Dad says he was from Dumbarton, Scotland. I haven't studied enough to really look into it, but we know he was from Britain.
He was a Scottish missionary.
But we lost our pianist.
But that's okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to read you my poem now, since we are pianolists for a couple minutes. But, okay. So we have got this amazing new pastor at Our Father's House Christian Community Church. And if you ever want to hear a Pastor Vince sermon, he's actually holding the camera right now. Wave, Vince. He's waving. So if you ever want to hear a Pastor Vince sermon, you have to go to ofhccc.org. And all of his sermons are posted there, so you can hear it. But last Sunday's was so good, and he was using a lot of running metaphors, because Pastor Vince, he was a cross-country guy in high school and college, and there's so many good Christian parallels to the whole cross-country runner thing for endurance and enduring all the way to the finish line. But this poem I wrote after we went on a crazy Boundary Waters trip together. Our families went together on an adventure, and it's called GPS. Now I want you to listen. There's a psalm hidden in here. And your job, everybody, is to guess the psalm. That's the game we're going to play when I read you GPS. So here we go, Acts 4:12. Nor is there salvation in any other, for there is no other name under heaven given among men by which we must be saved. GPS. Navigating in the dark, groping for the trail. Narrow is the way, the one that leads to life. Can try to find the path, but inevitably fail. Without the God positioning system, that'd be the GPS. Orienteering is impossible on my own. Lost in the wilderness forever, apart from his guiding hand to lead me home. Lead me beside the still waters on my upward call. Burden is light when I relinquish control to my maker, my sustainer, my creator. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. not necessarily the easy road. This 80-year hike is no piece of cake. Uphill, in the wind, bugs in my teeth, all because Adam sinned. 3 feet of snow, ticks in my skin. Many rocky stumbles leave questions of quitting within. Mud to my hips, heat that left a mark, stark raving seasons of fist-shaking mad on this wonderfully bad, horrendously delicious adventure. But then, when all strength is spent, the amazing view breaks through the bramble life in this skin offers. Eyes wide, mouths agape to the exceeding joy well worth the wait. Speechless wonder making the arduous journey worth every sliver, every callus, every blister. The river of life, clear as crystal that flows from the throne of God and the Lamb, and on either side the tree of life whose leaves are for the healing of the nations. One coordinate leads to life. All the rest lead to death. Acts 4:1-2 on GPS, lest your journey be a hopeless mess. But I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. All right, name that psalm.
There are a lot of scriptures in there, but
Name the psalm. No, there were 3 good ones
I heard
from
Psalm 23.
Yay! Dun, dun, dun. Joanna gets a prize.
And I'm sure that was one St. Patrick would have prayed.
Yep.
I bind unto myself today the strong name of the Trinity. By invocation of the same, the 3 in 1 and the 1 in 3. I bind this pain to me forever by power of faith, Christ incarnation, his baptism in the Jordan River, his death on cross for my salvation, his bursting from the spiced tomb, his riding up the heavenly way, his coming at the day of doom. I bind unto myself today. I bind unto myself today the power of God to hold and lead, his eye to watch, his might to stay, his ear to hearken to my need, the wisdom of my God to teach, his hand to guide, his shield to ward, the word of God to give me speech, his heavenly host to be my God. Against all Satan's spells and wiles, against false words of heresy, against the knowledge that defiles, against the heart's idolatry, against the wizard's evil craft, against the death wound and the burning, the choking wave, the poison shaft. Protect me, Christ, till I return in
is praise the Lord awesome. What a great prayer. This is a great one to keep in your prayer closet with Jesus.
Covers all the bases.
Yep. Put
All
on the
right,
armor.
we're going to play a fiddle set of 1 Scottish jig because I had to throw it in because I like it so much, and 2 Irish jigs. So we're playing I Dinna Ken, which means I don't know. So what's this tune called? I Dinna Ken.
I did again.
And then the butterfly and the Kesh Jig.
Have a wonderful, beautiful day, and we'll see you next week.